How do you decide what content to update? I know I just kind of got into a few examples, but how do you select the right
Yeah.
pages to optimize? And let's say the answer is not allowed to be make sure everybody's on the same page about the goals of the project. We're already there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say our goals of the project are known. What are typically ways that we decide? How do we find those winners? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we think about it almost in three ways where we're going to look through the data first and then group pages and match them up to a tactic that we're going to use. So one scenario is if we're already ranking really well, maybe we're in the top five, maybe we're in the top half of the first page. Maybe all we need to do is optimize the title tag and the meta description and do almost like ad copy testing. Um, and a lot of times going back to quick wins, that's something that's low lift that can sometimes yield pretty big returns depending on the volume there. Then we'll look at maybe there's pages that are in that next tier. Maybe they're stuck on page 2 or 3. So we know like we're close to hitting the mark. We're just missing something. So then that's where we go to our full optimization process on going back to building the brief, figuring out the keywords, the intents, and then trying to make the content better. Um, and all of this is just from a content perspective. You do have backlinks to look at and some other things there, but just from a content standpoint, those two scenarios. And the last one is if we're just not ranking at all, or we're ranking maybe on page 10 or 11, that might be a scenario where we need a new piece of content and we actually start from scratch and actually create something new for that. So from an SEO standpoint, we're really big on looking at the data. And then depending on how the page is performing, we'll perform one of those tactics depending on that and see where that gets us. Maybe it gets us where we want to go, or maybe it doesn't and we do something else after that. But that's how we first think about it when we're trying to select those pages.